Well, good morning, softball fans, and welcome to Schaefer Park. Lucas Kinsey with you here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network, and it is the final game here, the three-game series of West Texas A&M and UT Permian Basin. The Lady Buffs squaring off against the Falcons. Game time was moved up today to 10 o'clock because of our winds, which they are starting to swirl a little bit already, but later today it is going to get pretty bad. The forecast showing that the winds are going to get up well above 30 to 35 miles per hour with some gusts as much as 40 to 50. So in this one today, West Texas A&M, a perfect undefeated 14-0 record. They won 2 games yesterday here against UT Permian Basin. Defeated the Falcons 8-0 in the first game. It was a run rule in 5 innings, and then in the second game, 16-0 win for the Lady Buffs again in 5 innings there. So Lady Buffs taking care of business yesterday. In those 2 wins, look at what WT was able to do, and it was a combination of great pitching mixed with the bats getting really hot. They scored, again, in that first game, 8 runs. The winning pitcher in that first game was Emily Wilson. She ran her overall record to 2-0. The losing pitcher went to Destiny Trahan. In the first game, he had an inside the park home run from Brittany Rufus. That was one of the highlights of the game. Diana Murtha had a triple. Ruby Salzman brought in some runs as well. And the Lady Buffs needed just 5 pitches in the bottom of the 5th to end the game, as Murtha's double on a 2-2 count set up Valforte's double to left center, scoring Murtha, and the ball game was over there. In game 2, West Texas A&M, Emily Boyer pitched and got her 6th win of the season. The Lady Buffs defeated UT Permian Basin 16-0. In that contest, Lady Buffs bats again were hot, and Ruby Salzman had an outstanding game. Ruby ended up hitting a home run, her 52nd of the season. So for WT, again, the high-powered offense, the outstanding pitching that we've seen throughout the season, and they're going to try to stay undefeated on the season, also undefeated in Lone Star Conference play. On the other side, UT Permian Basin enters with a 4-12 overall record. They're 1-7 in LSC play. That one win did come against Angelo State on the road Thursday. They won in a close game 4-3. We'll have our national anthem for you, and then we will get ready with the first pitch coming your way. All right, as we get ready to start this game here from Schaefer Park, UT Permian Basin will bat first. Lady Buffs in the field, and in the circle to start for West Texas A&M, senior Kyra Lair. And what a great pitching performance Kyra had last week in one of the Lady Buffs wins against Angelo State when they swept the Ram Bells. You look at Lair on the season, and season highs innings went 6.2 at Angelo State in the win back on the 18th. Had 7 strikeouts in that win. And she has just done an outstanding job this season in the circle for the Lady Buffs. You look at her numbers this year, two games played, 1 game started, and has not given up much at all. Coming back off of her injuries the last couple of seasons, she's looked very good this year, the senior out of Canyon. Earned runs, only 1 earned run allowed against Colorado Mesa, 1 run allowed versus Angelo State on the 17th, and that is it. Let's look at the order here for UT Permian Basin. As you see there, leading things off will be Ariza. Right-handed batter will step in to the box for UTPB, and we are ready. Araceli Ariza, center fielder, wearing number 19. Batting second will be Carrie Sanford. Batting third, Julia Bumford. And in the 4th spot will be Milena Lopez. First pitch in for a strike from Lair. Glad to have you joining us here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. Appreciate everybody tuning in this morning. Again, a game time change they decided yesterday due to the high winds that are expected, and you can already see that flag blowing out in center field. So probably a good thing for these young ladies to go ahead and get out here early, wake up, get your breakfast, get out to the ball field, and check out some softball here at Schaefer Park, which there's a pretty good crowd on hand as you look down. Araceli Ariza wiggling that bat, waiting for this next pitch, and it's just a bit high, so they call it ball 2. And the count runs to 2-1. Lady Buffs, again, outstanding start this season. 14 wins, no losses. And you look at the NFCA rankings coming into the weekend, they were receiving votes as that pitch is fouled off. Count runs 2-2. The number 2 team in the country, UT Tyler, and that is the next opponent up for West Texas A&M. They head to Tyler next weekend for a 3-game series, and that ought to be a lot of fun. Other teams in the Lone Star Conference in the top 25, Lubbock Christian checks in at number 9. And again, the Lady Buffs receiving votes along with Angelo State, who was knocked out of the rankings after suffering the sweep against the Lady Buffs. There's a nice strikeout. Taking care of the first batter. Fastball thrown past Ariza, and there's 1 down. And let the T-shirt tossing begin. As Lair collects her first strikeout. Next up for UT Permian Basin, Carrie Sanford. Wears number 3, left-handed batter, second baseman. Kyra Lair looking for her 4th win of the season. 3-0 record. Has only allowed 8 hits. And now has 19 strikeouts this season. First pitch misses there to Sanford. Sanford, just a freshman out of Georgetown, Texas. Infield playing up here. She takes a hack and fouls back the pitch. This season, batting average of .303 for Sanford. She has 10 hits this year, 5 RBI. Watches that pitch. She kind of scooted out of the way like she thought it was going to be inside. It was inside, but it was right on the corner for strike 2, and Lair looking solid here at the start in the circle for West Texas A&M. Defensively for the Lady Buffs, the battery features Lair and catcher Cheyenne Sanchez. Oh, that off-speed pitch fools the batter. 2 up, 2 down, 2 strikeouts. Look at this one again. This has got to be difficult as a batter just to judge how the ball is moving. Is it coming in? Is it going to be a strike? Is it going to be a ball? Watch this. Movement, oof, right in the zone. So 2 outs, and now Number 10, Julia Bumford, junior from Prosper, Texas, steps up, hits it high in the air, and Lair's going to get out of the way and let Diana Murtha come over and make the catch for out number 3. 3 batters up, 3 batters down. 2 of those strikeouts in the top of the first inning. Lady Buffs will come up to bat, as we'll be back after these messages. WT, great start. No score here from Schaefer Park early going.
Years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Welcome back to Schaefer Park. Breakfast with the Lady Buffs today as WT takes on UT Permian Basin. And we'll see the Falcons now take the field defensively. Destiny Trahan warming up there in the circle. The senior pitcher from Nederland, Texas, and one of their aces here. Appeared in 23 games last year in the circle, made 22 starts, and led the team in total innings. It'll be Madison Johnson to lead off for WT. Let's check out the batting lineup here for the Lady Buffs of West Texas A&M. You see Johnson leading things off, Salzman, Boyer, and Murtha. Batting cleanup, Valforte, Guzman, McConnell, Sanchez, Rufus for West Texas A&M. So Madison Johnson, a great start for the shortstop for the Lady Buffs. She'll settle into the box. Johnson hitting .208. And she watches the first pitch in for strike 1 from Trahan. Trahan this season, her ERA 9.82 in 30 innings of work, has allowed 54 hits, has 31 strikeouts. This ball hit hard and drifting, just foul down the right field side there, down the first base line. So Johnson will be behind in the count at no balls and 2 strikes. Leadoff batter here for West Texas A&M. Again, WT has had a couple of close games, but most of them have not been that way. They had a 2-1 win over Colorado Mesa, 4-0 win against New Mexico Highlands, and everything else has been a pretty dominant softball to start the season here for the Lady Buffs. That pitch fouled off from Johnson as UT Permian Basin wants to get better play today, obviously, than what they had yesterday. They've played 2 of the top teams in the conference this week, though. They took on Angelo State, dropped 2 of 3 on the road in San Angelo earlier in the week. And then they end their trip here against West Texas A&M, who preseason was picked 6th in the conference and already showing they may be a little better than that. That's a good pitch from Trahan for the strikeout, though. Good start for UTPB as they get the Lady Buffs leadoff batter retired. I was talking to Wade Gross, the public address announcer, before the game, and talking about the uniforms for UT Permian Basin today. A little bit different look than what they had yesterday, and I think they're sharp. The white unis with a little bit of orange on the side. Lady Buffs wearing their home maroon jerseys with their gray pants. Next up here is Ruby Salzman. Salzman takes the first pitch out into right field, camping underneath and making the catch for out number 2 is Aubrey Beggs. And if you're Trahan, you can get batters to pop up, let your defense do the work. That's what head coach Sam Mendez would like to see. The head coach for the Falcons, Sam Mendez, in his first season with the team. So there's 2 away quickly here in the bottom of the first, and it brings up Emily Boyer, freshman for the Lady Buffs, wearing number 23 today. Some of the uniform combinations have different numbers for Boyer and also Gabby McConnell. Sometimes Boyer wears 32, but she's wearing 23 today. Watches the first pitch for a ball. Boyer playing the designated player spot today for the Lady Buffs. Second pitch close from Trahan, but maybe a little high. So 2 balls, no strikes. A great start for Boyer, 372 batting average, slugging percentage of 791, and she already has 5 home runs. Missed on that pitch. Trahan again trying to come back today after yesterday the Falcons giving up 8 and 16 runs in their 2 losses to the Lady Buffs. No hits yet for either side. Boyer swings through, tips it, but into the glove of the catcher. And that is Angelina Arriaga behind the plate, the freshman from Abilene, out of Abilene Cooper High School. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the first, no score. Boyer, good eye, watches that off-speed pitch low, hit the turf, and the count runs full. Trahan delivers the full count pitch, and she got Boyer swinging there. Strikeout for the Falcons. Both teams starting strong defensively here today. We'll head to the top of the second inning, no score, as UT Permian Basin gets some good pitching from Trahan. Swing and a miss, a strikeout. We're back after these messages here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Buffs!
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
Welcome back to Schaefer Park. We head to the top of the second. No offense to this point. UT Permian Basin going to try to change that as the Falcons will bring up the 4, 5, and 6 hitter here in the top half of the inning. Lopez, Quintero, and Marquez due up for UTPB. This is Melena Lopez, senior from Leander, Texas, a transfer over from McLennan Community College, left-handed batter. And she'll take this first pitch in from Lair, swing and miss. It was a big swing from Lopez, but Lair threw it right past her. And again, it's just so good to see Kyra Lair in the circle. Feeling good, feeling healthy. Again, her senior season for West Texas A&M. Already won national championship ring to her resume. Almost got the batter to go, but the third base side umpire says she was safe, did not go around, check swing, so it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Kyra already 2 strikeouts in that first inning. Her pitches right now, these off-speed pitches have a lot of spin on them. That one missed outside and low for ball 2. Infield plays back now on Lopez, and a high fastball is inside. So behind in the count now. Kyra has 3 balls and 1 strike to Lopez. Lair, going back to 2021 when the Lady Buffs won the national championship, the NCAA tournament MVP. That season she was second team all LSC and comes back with a nice pitch there for strike 2. Full count delivery here, and it's fouled off. Nice job for Lopez staying in and making contact, and forced Kyra to throw another pitch so far. Pitch count is just at 11 so far for Kyra Lair. Lopez slaps it down to first base. Valforte will cover, and there's one away.
The DP number 14, Mia Quintero.
So with one away, it'll bring up junior number 14, Mia Quintero. She's out of San Antonio, Texas. And the right-handed batter will step into the box. That left foot out. Watches that first pitch in for called strike 1. Last season, Quintero was second on the team with 7 home runs, and she hit .337. So really good offensive year last year for Quintero. This season, in 11 games played, hitting .053 right now, just 1 hit, so she's trying to get on track. Facing a tough pitcher in Kyra Lair, who, again, her pitches are moving, confusing the batters, falling into the zone. And Lair has 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nobody on and 1 out here in the top half of the second inning. Pitch is low, evens the count at 2-2. Now last season, 31 hits, 4 doubles, 7 home runs, a slugging percentage of .652 for Quintero. She would love to get on here for the Falcons. Fastball, threw it right past her. It's just a great combination for Kyra Lair right now in the circle with those off-speed pitches, and then you come back and you say, I'm going to throw some smoke up in the zone past the batter. 2 away, nobody on, and the next batter up here for UT Permian Basin will be number 4, Cheyenne Marquez. First pitch, fastball, and she fouls it off. She's from Monahans, Texas. The Lobos. And Cheyenne, just a sophomore. Fastball missed up. Count evened at 1-1. Last year as a freshman, the batter, Cheyenne Marquez, played in 24 games, made 21 starts. And And she lists her favorite athlete as Kobe Bryant. Watches that pitch in for strike 2. Marquez, a fan of winners because her favorite football team is the Kansas City Chiefs. It's a good team to cheer for right now with Andy Reid and Mahomes, what they're doing. Right now it's 1-2. Kyra Lair throws another fastball past Marquez for a strikeout. And it is Kyra Lair in the zone right now doing work in the circle. That'll take us to a timeout. We'll come back. The Lady Buffs turn to bat in the bottom of the second after these messages on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Deep in the heart of Texas, the prairie
Bud Light, proudly brewed
in the heart of Texas.
We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are 1 part passion, 1 part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
The Lady Buffs turn to bat as you see Diana Murtha leading things off for West Texas A&M in the bottom of the second. Lucas Kinsey with you here today on already a breezy morning here in the Texas Panhandle. Not as breezy as it's going to be later today, though. So pitchers dominating early in this game. No score for either side. Nobody's gotten a hit. Murtha will try to change that. She's got a bat that can do it, a .357 hitter. A couple of home runs this season, 5 doubles, and 13 RBI for Wonder Woman. Diana leads off. Lady Buffs will have Val Forte on deck and Julie Guzman in the hole. Falcons infield playing deep here against Murtha. Second pitch. Murtha gives a ride out to right field, but the ball hangs up in the air, and a good catch made again by Beggs. She's made a couple of those already today, senior from Graham, Texas. And the leadoff batter is retired there for West Texas A&M. 1 away. So it brings up Gabriella Valforte. Gabby settling into the box, the first baseman. Already a good defensive put out today. A .250 hitter on the season with 7 hits, 8 RBI, and 1 home run. She's going to hit it hard to shortstop, but easily scooped up and thrown over to first base. Nice play for Emily Andres. And there's 2 up, 2 down. Yesterday was fireworks offensively, 8 runs and 16 runs scored. But so far in this one today, it's defense for both teams. Guzman will try to change that now for West Texas A&M, see if she can get a 2-out rally going. Julie, the right fielder, watches an off-speed pitch catch the corner for strike 1. Guzman, a .344 hitter starting the season. 11 hits. When she gets on base, she usually scores 10 runs. Also has 11 RBI, 3 doubles, 3 home runs. Guzman waits on that off-speed pitch and hammers it out into left field, and the Lady Buffs have a base runner on. Just good fundamental hitting there by Guzman. Stayed back on that off-speed pitch. The timing was perfect on the screws. And Julie's on first base. It brings up the freshman second baseman, Gabby McConnell. Again today wearing number 14, usually in number 10. Guzman's running. McConnell hits it right to the shortstop, and an easy play. Charging and making the out was Andres. Lady Buffs get a runner on with a hit from Guzman. But a nice defensive play for the Falcons, and they're out of the inning. So we'll head to the top of the third. Still no score. UTPB back up to bat. When we come back, it'll be Arriaga, Beggs, and Andres.
Welcome to Medi Drive Pharmacy. We greet you by name, and our pharmacists take the time to console you and answer all your questions. Our Health Mart Pharmacy specializes in serving our community with fast, friendly professional service and the highest quality of medicine and health products. We accept most insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we offer free in-town delivery to your home or business. Come visit us for all your healthcare needs.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Schaefer Park. No score. Lady Buffs do get a hit, but they leave Julie Guzman stranded in the bottom of the second inning. Good pitching performance on both sides, both from Kyra Lair and from UT Permian Basin's Destiny Trahan. So the Falcons back up to bat here with the seven hitter here, number 28, Angelina Arriaga. Beggs will be up after Arriaga, and then Emily Andres will bat third. First pitch from Lair. Again, her fastball, she's got some heat coming today into the batters, and that one's fouled off. Infield plays up. Now they retreat to the bag. Arriaga, did that hit the bat? It did. Couldn't tell if it was her hand or just the very bottom of the bat there, and it was the bat fouled off, so she's behind in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Not a good place to be against Kyra Lair, who has 4 strikeouts already today. She's making quick work here of the Falcons, only throwing 26 pitches to this point. Close. Whew. Tried to get that outside corner, nearly did. But ball 1. Big smile on Kyra's face as she knew that was oh so close. Did she go? First base umpire says no. Check swing. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Early start today for West Texas A&M and UT Permian Basin, moving this game up to 10 o'clock due to the high winds, which are already swirling. This is that time of the year in the Texas Panhandle where you don't know what you're going to get in terms of the weather. Right now, 55 degrees. And this time the batter did go strike 3. Strikeout number 5 for Kyra Lair. Yep, it was up in the zone. She tried to lay off of it, but could not. So there's 1 away, and the next batter up is the left-handed hitter, Aubrey Beggs, right fielder who's made a couple of nice catches out in the field for the Falcons. She's already behind 1 strike there. Yeah, right now I'm going to check the weather app. The wind says it's only 20 miles per hour, but it is going to blow today. Beggs takes a step towards Lair and swings and misses. No balls, 2 strikes. Aubrey, the senior from Graham, Texas, transfers over to UT Permian Basin a couple of seasons ago from Weatherford College. Ooh. She was, again, starting that motion toward Lair to maybe try to slap one out into play, but laid off of the pitch that sailed out of the zone. Last year for the Falcons, Beggs made 18 starts, finished the year with a .277 batting average, had 13 hits. And the inside fastball for strike 3. Ringer up. Kyra Lair not messing around today. Cedric, I hope you got plenty of t-shirts up here, as Kyra Lair is feeling it. 2 up, 2 down. Top of the 3rd inning, no score here between West Texas A&M and UT Permian Basin. And next up to bat for the Falcons, it will be the shortstop, Emily Andrus, the junior from Fort Worth. She's going to bunt this one. It goes high in the air, foul back towards the Lady Buffs dugout. Andrus having a good start for the Falcons today defensively with some nice plays. Last year, 28 starts in 29 games. Finished the season batting .345. That was last year. This season, a .235 hitter with 8 hits, and that's going to be strike 2. Batters for UT Permian Basin struggling to pick up the ball here out of the hand of number 6, Kyra Lair. Kyra has 6 strikeouts so far. Time called as the batter steps out. Give her another one. 7 strikeouts. This morning it's pancakes, sausage, and strikeouts. The Lady Buffs still have not allowed a base runner. Kyra Lair throwing smoke. We will head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. No score. Lady Buffs and Falcons here from Schaefer Park.
For a onside kick. Landed on my knee pretty hard and ended up fracturing my femur. I ended up having to go back and have surgery. Even the day after I had surgery, I was back in the clinic here. It's nice to have people help me rehab at a caliber of what I'm used to feeling like I can do. One thing that I really liked was having the access to the turf, because that's what I'm used to playing on. Now, I mean, it feels like nothing had ever happened. You have a choice of where you can go. This is one of the best places in Amarillo.
Back to Schaefer Park, still looking for some offense today. And the Lady Buffs, they'll try to change that with Cheyenne Sanchez leading for the Lady Buffs, leading things off in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Lucas Kinsey with you here from Schaefer Park, and this one's going quickly thanks to the outstanding pitching really from both sides. Kyra Lair has thrown 7 strikeouts through 3 innings. And on the other side, Destiny Trahan, the senior from Nederland, Texas, she's doing good work as well in the circle. Trahan, with a couple of strikeouts, has only allowed 1 hit, has no walks, and has a pitch count of just 18. Sanchez watches that pitch in on the outside corner for strike. On the season, the catcher number 18, Sanchez, 357 hitter, 500 on base percentage. 5 hits, 5 RBI, and 4 doubles for Sanchez. Catcher tried to frame that one on the outside, but it just missed. Pitch slapped hard over toward the Lady Buff dugout as assistant coach Janelle Troutman shows she's still got some quickness there. She got out of the way pretty fast there. Good quick feet down there, Janelle. The ball was hit hard. 2 balls, 2 strikes. No outs. Trahan working against Sanchez. That pitch low and outside, so the count runs full. Got her to jam up inside, and the fat pitch was fouled up. Third baseman goes over and makes the catch, Julia Bumford. And that's a really nice job by Destiny Trahan. Just threw that pitch inside where Sanchez had the swing, did not get it turned like she would have wanted to down toward the first base side. Instead, it fouled off the inside of the bat, and there's 1 away. And it brings up Brittany Rufus, who yesterday, if you saw her inside the park home run, it was incredible. She hit it out to right center field, went over the head of the outfielder, hit the wall, hit the fence, and Brittany was already across home plate with an inside the park home run before the ball really even got on the relay into the infield. The flash watches the first pitch in for strike 1. Rufus this year hitting .458, very good patient hitter. 11 hits, 10 runs scored. And she has 4 stolen bases as well. Takes a swing at that one, but you could see her head kind of pull out. Didn't make contact, and Trahan in the circle ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rufus will show bunt, now pull bat back and watch the pitch on the outside corner. Falcon fans wanted a strike, but just missed out of the zone. Infielders charge up, and Rufus watches that pitch low and outside for ball 3, and she will be very disciplined here. Going to force Trahan to throw her something she can make contact on. Lady Buff dugout making some noise, cheering on their teammate, Rufus. And she stayed off of it. Ball went out of the zone, and good patience by Brittany. And when number 20 is on base, you got a lot of options. Again, 4 stolen bases this year. And she is very aggressive. Let me just say that. Rufus not afraid to run, not afraid to challenge the infield. And the next batter up for West Texas A&M. We're back to the top of the order, Madison Johnson. 0 for 1 today. She struck out in the first inning. Rufus, big jump, but retreats back to first base. It's only the second base runner that the Lady Buffs have had today. Guzman got on with a single, and now Rufus over at first after she walks. See if she takes off. Yep, she's going, and the Lady Buffs hit it over to the third base. No play at second with Rufus's speed, but a nice job by Bumford to throw it down to first and get out number 2 as Johnson sits down. Lady Buffs do move a runner over to second base, though, so a good opportunity now for one of the best hitters in the conference, maybe in the nation, Ruby Salzman. Again, yesterday, hit long ball number 52 of her career. So Trahan's got to be careful, throws the pitch outside, ball 1. And this is a spot where Trahan's just got to dig in here and try to throw strikes. Lady Buffs have Boyer on deck and Murtha in the hole. 2 outs, Rufus on second base. Salzman thought that pitch was low. Home plate umpire says it was a strike. Your umpires today: home plate umpire Mark Allard, first base side Jeremy Todd, and second base Kenneth Rice. Ruby stays off that pitch, which is high and inside, for ball 2. Trahan will settle back on the rubber, and this will be pitch number 32. 2 balls, 1 strike. No score here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Salzman is going to change that. See you later. Home run number 53 for Ruby. Gives the Lady Buffs a 2-0 lead. And Ruby's mom, all smiles. Got to talk with her before the game, and she's a proud mama and should be. Watch this one. Watch her stay back, wait on it, and boom. That was gone from the time the ball left her bat. 2-0 Lady Buffs. And Emily Boyer settles in next. Trahan, that pitch just missed low. You just have to be so careful when pitching to Salzman. Could not give her anything that was in the zone. Trahan did, and as a result, it's 2-0. Boyer hits it right back to the pitcher. Trahan is going to underhand toss that over to first base for the out. Wow, that was something I don't know if I've ever seen before. An incredible play. Watch this. She kind of bobbles it initially, and then picking it up, we're just going to throw an underhand strike over to first base for the 3rd out. The Lady Buffs get 2 runs thanks to a 2-run bomb out to left field from Salzman. It's 2-0. WT on top. We head to the top of the 4th inning right after these messages.
90 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, This is the Lone Star Conference.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Welcome back to Schaefer Park. We get you ready for the top of the fourth inning. The Falcons of UT Permian Basin up to the plate, and a 2-0 lead here for West Texas A&M after Ruby Salzman connects on a 2-run blast. Going to bring in Athletic Director Michael McBroom and have him join me here for a little bit. Michael, thanks for coming over.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. It is. It's a great morning. The wind's blowing just a little bit, but not too bad. I'm glad we got this early start because been talking about it as the day goes on. The winds are going to just keep going. That one's fouled off. A lot going on this week, Michael. Yesterday, basketball action for West Texas A&M, softball, and also baseball as well. All right, here's the pitch. Kyra Lair will deliver to Ariza, center fielder, off speed, and it's a strike, 0-2 count. A great start for Kyra Lair in the circle, and it's great to see Kyra, the senior, coming back strong after her injuries the last couple seasons.
Well, it really is, and she's such a special player for us, a special person, local talent.
All right, this is going to be a pitch in for strike 3. And out, the batter is still hanging out there. It's going to be out number 1. Kyra now has 8 strikeouts already. Let's look at this one again. Pretty impressive so far.
Yeah, that was quite a pitch right there.
Next batter will be Sanford. Wearing number 3, the left-handed batter steps in, and the first pitch, another strike. 2-0 lead for West Texas A&M. After Ruby Salzman hits career home run number 53 back in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That's been all the scoring we've had. 0-1 count now. And that pitch missed up a little high. So, Michael, let's talk just for a second about the action right now for the basketball teams. Yesterday, both teams get wins down at Lubbock Christian, which is not easy to do.
No. In fact, I was talking with Coach Prock last night. I'm not sure when the last time was that both teams won at LCU.
Yeah.
It's been a while. They're so tough to beat on the women's side on their home court, both.
Yeah.
Both, but to have both teams go down last day of the regular season and do that, pretty special.
And so the regular season concludes, and now the teams will head to Frisco for the conference tournament. We'll get this pitch in here from Lair, and we'll talk more about that. It's a 1-2 count, 1 away. Batter is Sanford, and she'll watch that pitch go out of the zone. So, yeah, they head to Frisco. Men, number 1 seed.
Going to be the number 1 seed, right. It was kind of cool yesterday. That's our 3rd LSC championship in 7 days, so pretty neat. And, yeah, the women will be the 6th seed. I believe they go at noon on Thursday. Is that correct? Yeah.
Yep. They'll be taking on UT Tyler. Here's the pitch from Lair, 2-2 count, and she did it again. Just incredible work in the circle for Kyra Lair. She has 9 strikeouts. Her career high is 11. And I was just saying in the last inning, Michael, that I hope Cedric Knowlton has enough T-shirts with him today as they throw a T-shirt out every time there's a strikeout.
After, I think after the first weekend here, the talk at staff meeting was we probably need to order some more T-shirts for this team this year on the strikeouts. It's early, but they sure do look good, these pitchers.
Julia Bumford going to hit this one high in the air. Very playable ball for the second baseman, McConnell, who tracks it down, makes the catch, and there are 3 away. We'll take a timeout, come back, and the Lady Buffs will bat here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2-0 lead here for West Texas A&M from Schaefer Park. We're back after this timeout.
West is the comprehensive fundraising campaign designed to fuel WT 125 from the Panhandle to the world. We will strengthen WT's impact for the Panhandle region and beyond through a historic, comprehensive campaign, raising $125 million by 2025. The campaign's 3 priorities: people, programs, and places. Now is the time to make a difference for current and future generations. One West.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Welcome back to Schaefer Park as we get ready for the bottom of the 4th inning. Lucas Kinsey with you. Michael McBroom, WT Athletic Director, joining me for a little bit. And, Michael, let's talk about the start that the softball team has had. Coach Mook, 14-0 record, trying to make it 15-0. Great start.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can't ask for anything more, can you? Yeah, great start. Look really good. Actually, and looking forward, this conference is so deep in softball. Next week is going to be a big challenge. But, those are the next week at Tyler. Those are the things you look forward to as players and coaches and being a part of the program. That let's see how we stack up against another great team. I think we have a chance to do some things this year, certainly.
Yeah, number 2 team in the country right now. In fact, UT Tyler, they're the preseason favorites in the conference. And Lady Buffs right now looking very good to start the season. Right now leading 2-0 over UTPB. A pitch from Trahan is slapped down to third base. Murtha trying to race down the line, but it's going to be an out number 1. Nice play over by the third baseman, Bumford. You mentioned the championships. Yesterday, the men clinching the regular season championship with Tom Brown and the basketball team, but had a couple of track championships as well.
We did. I was down in Lubbock last week and was able to watch the final day, and it was kind of fun to we literally, both the men and women, literally ran away with that thing. I think 90 points plus was the margin of victory for both teams. Coach Stewart, Coach Gibson, Denham, Zach Daniel, Grayson Key, they do such a good job with those programs, and great people, great athletes with our track program. And they'll move on to nationals here the week of March 10th and 11th, and looking for good things at the national meet as well.
It was after the track teams won the championship, some of the fans were throwing around the word dynasty, and I'm like, well, I mean, what they've done in terms of the hardware that they brought back to Canyon. There's an out for Trahan as she retires. Megan Gerke throws it down to first base. It's been a lot of fun to watch the athletes, both for the women and the men in the track and field program.
And again, Lone Star Conference is deep from a track standpoint as well.
Absolutely.
With some quality teams, and to do what we're doing there is a huge tribute to the coaching staff and the athletes that just rise to the occasion when the big meets come to pass.
2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Good work from Trahan in the circle. Next up will be Julie Guzman. She has a single already today. Hits this ball high in the air, but it's going to hang up into the wind, and it'll be playable for the left fielder. Good catch there by Marquez. And the Lady Buffs, no runs, no hits, no errors defensively by the Falcons. That'll take us to the top of the 5th inning. Game going quick here. It's 2-0 lead for the Lady Buffs. We're back with more softball after these messages.
Suddenlink is now Optimum, with award-winning internet, TV, and mobile, giving you the power to get closer and go farther with speed and reliability. With our new 100% fiber internet we're building, together with Optimum Mobile, voted #1 in customer satisfaction, you'll get the complete connectivity you deserve. And when you combine Optimum's award-winning connectivity with our 24/7 customer service, your future is only a connection away.
some of the fans taking in the game this morning here at Schaefer Park. West Texas A&M leading right now 2-0 over UT Permian Basin. And we will start the top of the 5th inning with UT Permian Basin coming to the plate. It'll be number 11, Milena Lopez, senior from Leander. Falcons still in this game, only trailing by 2 runs, but they'll need to get the bats going, and that has been a tough task today against Kyra Lair in the circle. Kyra has only thrown 49 pitches now as she throws another strike there, but 9 strikeouts. You know, Michael, with softball, just like baseball, but softball in particular, if you have one ace, sometimes that can carry you a long ways. You got 2 pitchers that can really do damage, and you got a team on your hands. The Lady Buffs have 4, 5 pitchers this year. They're all pretty good.
Exactly. You know, we won our couple of national championships. You know, the performance in the circle, you know, dictates that. But I think we also have to be, you know, understand that we're still in February. There's a long way to go.
True.
Certainly we've gotten off to a great start. But, you know, for us, and I think it's a trademark of all of our programs, stay humble, work hard every day, and good things happen. And the talent that we have in the circle this year, as you alluded to, we have a chance to do some special things, but I think we just have to keep working at it. And you know, next week is going to be a great test for us.
Count is at 1-2, and the pitch from Lair, close. Just misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. For UT Permian Basin today, still looking for their first hit. They've had contact on a couple of plays, but the Lady Buffs defense has been there to back up Lair. Give the girl strikeout number 10. One more and she ties her career high. And again, it's just so fun to watch Kyra have success early this season, because last year, you know, Michael, she told me, she said, injury-wise, she said last year I was trying to come back, but she said I was only about 50%, and it was tough.
Yeah. No, that's what's really enjoyable about watching her this early in the season. She is healthy again, and I know it's been a tough road back for her, but she certainly looks great.
Pitch misses outside. So, Michael, talk a little bit about the baseball team, what we've seen early on from Matt Vanderberg's team. Got a good win yesterday, a really good win.
Got a really good win yesterday. You know, again, like the Lone Star Conference is so tough, and starting out with Kingsville and St. Ed's is our first conference series. You know, the Lone Star is going to be a dogfight all year long. But, you know, Vanderberg does a great job with Coach Hall and Coach Neal. Pitchers look good. But, again, it's a process. It's February. You know, I look for us to be making some noise in baseball as we enter into March and April nationally. 2
balls, no strikes here to Quintero for the Falcons. She's going to watch that pitch in for a strike. Quintero strikeout back in the second inning. With nobody on, 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Lady Buffs lead 2-0 thanks to a Salzman 2-run home run back in the 3rd. This pitch from Lair misses low. You know, Michael, they make the time change today, obviously, for the wind. And one thing that I was talking back when we had our beginning of the season tournament here is there was a lot of schedule changes going on during that tournament due to Texas A&M Kingsville not participating as that pitch is fouled off. And I noticed one thing from these softball coaches and players, there's a lot of flexibility. They seem to be very okay with, okay, let's change it for this, change it for that. We just, you know, we'll play.
Right.
Is that what you see?
Yeah, you know, outdoor sports, especially, you know, in the Texas Panhandle, and we had some teams from Colorado. You have to pick your windows as best you can kind of estimate with the weather, and flexibility among players and coaches is key. Umpires have been great. I mean, it takes everybody to move this one this morning. It was, you know, real quick conversation between coaches and make sure we have umpires and staff and that we can run it, you know, in a first-class manner. But, again, you have to be flexible and get the windows of weather as they come, particularly in February.
Full count now as UT Permian Basin trying to get a base runner on. Lair is going to deny that. Give her strikeout number 11. She has tied her career high, and that one came on a full count.
That's something else, isn't it?
It is. Just the pressure here of not allowing the walk.
Just heck of a pitch again.
Batter frozen. 2 outs, nobody on. And the Falcons now will bring up number 4, Cheyenne Marquez, sophomore from Monahans. First pitch for a ball. Marquez wiggling the bat, watches this one outside for ball 2.
Lucas, I want to say something. We were talking about the return of Kyra Lair and coming off an injury, and last year, she was about 50%.
Yeah.
One group around us that doesn't get enough credit is our athletic trainers.
Absolutely. Here's a pitch from Lair, 2-0, and it's a strike. Go ahead.
When we have athletes get injured and the road back, people don't see that. It can be long and arduous for athletes, but our trainers are so good at keeping them positive and working through difficult times of coming back from an injury.
2-1 delivery, another strike.
And they don't get enough credit. I'm actually looking at it through a different lens right now. As you know, my daughter tore her ACL a few weeks ago as a freshman on the basketball team. So I'm actually seeing it now from a parent standpoint and an athlete going through it. I just can't say enough about the work that our training staff does for our kids.
2-2 pitch. Lair got the batter looking on an off-speed pitch for the 3rd out. And Peyton, we'll keep it here after we look at this replay. This is a new career high for Kyra Lair. Strikeout number 12. Yes, please. She got it right there. Want to keep it here, Michael, and kind of keep this conversation going, give you a chance to talk. Austin Feltner, saw him yesterday, obviously working with the basketball teams. And there is an element, obviously, they work long hours. The trainers do. They're behind the scenes, and you said something there, obviously physically trying to get the athletes back, but there's a mental side of when you're injured and you're having to come back, you're not out there doing what, as a student athlete, you love to do. I think there's a mental side of it, too, that the trainers have a big part of.
There's no question. Because we got 450 ultra-competitive people, competing. And when you get hurt and you're not able to do that, there's the mental side of that. I mean, there can be depression, just be low. But the trainers are so good about setting benchmarks and progress points and, just the daily contact of, hey, you're doing great, like, let's go.
Yeah.
Getting our
confidence.
Exactly. Like you've got to have those. Athletes like to perform, and when you're injured, you have different performance standards on the road back. And our people are so good at that and have done it for so long. And those benchmarks that you pass are so important for the mental psyche. Getting back in class, getting into that routine. Now it can be hard, but you got to do it. And you got to show up at practice. You're going to practice differently. You may be on a bike for a couple of months. You may be doing stretches and things, but it's all a process, and our trainers are so good. Austin Feltner, Jacqueline Wood, Luke Caspers, our director of sports medicine, oversees all of it.
First pitch here from McConnell, slapped over to shortstop, and another good play defensively for Emily Andres to get the first out. Defensively, the Falcons have done some really good things today. It's just one pitch you could say was a mistake there, maybe from Trahan, that Ruby Salzman took out of the yard. And past that, it's been good defense for the Falcons. Michael Mook will come up and make a substitution here. We'll have a pinch hitter. It'll be number 14, and that is 34, Lauren Granger, freshman. Michael, it's one thing notice for the softball team, but really you could say across the board that has changed over the years. There's a lot of true freshmen that are making an immediate impact here for the Lady Buff softball team, but again, you see that across all the sports nowadays.
We do. I mean, we're getting the game, all the games have changed so much. We're getting, the 18 and 19-year-olds that are ready to play in a lot of sports. Some
Granger hits that one back to the pitcher, and an easy play for Trahan for out number 2.
Some still, it's better red shirt. Football is one of those that because the player, the physical size is so important. The skill players can come in, but it's tough for the guys that really need a couple of years in the weight room to get ready to play. But we are seeing a lot of great freshmen here. I think a lot of that also has to do with the fact we're able to attract these great freshmen, the experience they can have here at West Texas. And that's not just athletics.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the athletic experience is first class with our ability to compete for championships, the people we have inside the program. But it goes to academics as well, the caliber of the degrees that they can earn at this institution, and also the Canyon community, the support we have. We can have a starter on the soccer team go to United and pick up some groceries for the weekend and get stopped to 2 or 3 people. You're known here, you're supported here, and our goal is that once you graduate here, you have a couple of championships and you have lifelong friends and you stay connected. And I think over the last 15, 20 years, we've been able to kind of change that significantly due to the growth around Canyon, the growth at WT. I mean, it's all encompassing, and we're able to get these good freshmen to come and stick with us.
One of the freshmen on the team this year, Gabby McConnell, I talked to her a few weeks ago. She's from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and that's what she said. The fans were singing Sweet Caroline and having a good time, and she said, who would not want to come be a part of this program? It's so much fun.
Yeah.
All right, here up to bat for the Lady Buffs is Brittany Rufus. She takes a hack at the first pitch and fouls it off.
On to that point, Lucas, at the end of the day, it is sports. It's supposed to be fun.
Yes.
It's not life and death like some of the bigger issues in the world and the country today. This is supposed to be a bit of an escape and have fun for all of us, not just the players and coaches, but for us too, right?
Absolutely, and that's what you do enjoy about being around these programs is you see the athletes out there competing, obviously wanting to win championships, but smiles on their faces, and that pitch in on the outside for strike number 2 from Trahan. And even for this program, for Michael Mook, who seems very even kill, right, with his personality. I've seen him have some fun out there this season, Michael.
He is fun to watch. He's fun to watch manage a game,
Trahan throws that pitch up. Yes, I agree completely with that. It's like, I think we should do a segment inside the mind of Michael Mook. And if anybody can do that for me and tell me what all's going on when he makes his changes and his calls, especially when there's base runners on.
Right.
1-2 count here from Trahan to Rufus. Fouled off. I was talking about Brittany, Michael, yesterday inside the park home run for her, and she was already across home plate before the ball had gotten into the infield. She is one of the faster players, obviously, in the country in softball. And I asked her before the season started, I said, you could probably play multiple sports. I said, if you could play another sport right now, what would you play? And she said figure skating.
No
figure
kidding.
Skating. I said, well, Brittany, we don't have figure skating at the moment on campus. But no, she said, she goes, it just looks fun to me. A pitch on the outside, low for a ball.
Well, that's not an answer you get every day to that question.
No.
Is she a skater?
I don't think so.
Okay.
She said, I watched the Olympics last time they were on, and it just looked so fun.
How interesting.
Brittany is from Mansfield, Texas, so I don't know. They've got an ice rink in Mansfield. It's a 2-2 count, and she slaps the pitch off again. I was expecting her to say track and field, maybe basketball, but 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Yeah, I'd like to let her line up in the 60-meter indoor and just let her see who could beat her.
That's right. And she'll hit these pitches, bunt up to the pitcher, and she's on the base before the ball gets there. Right now, Trahan trying to get out of the inning. 2-0 score, bottom of the 5th, and she does. Big strikeout from Destiny Trahan. We will head to the top of the 6th inning. Still 2-0. The Falcons are hanging in there. They're going to need some offense. We'll take the timeout, come back with more softball right after these messages.
Energy is a glowing sphere of hot gas. It's an ocean of air. And at Excel Energy, we make it safe. It's why we train first responders. Help you identify where utility lines are buried. Sir, do not dig there. And it's why we study the flight paths of majestic golden eagles before we build a wind farm. Safer energy, people. It's all part of a carbon-free 2050. You, us, together.
Choosing the right countertops for your kitchen can be tricky. Nowadays, there are hundreds of colors, patterns, and textures and materials that range from natural to engineered stone. Marble Depot is here for you throughout every step of the process. And yes, we do have a lot of options that might make that decision a little harder, but we're also going to ask the right questions so that you get the most out of your investment. So come by our showroom and let us help create what you've been dreaming of.
Two-0 game, a close one here at Schaefer Park as we start the top of the 6th inning. Kyra Lair has been tremendous in the circle today for West Texas A&M. So far, Kyra with 12 strikeouts has thrown 65 pitches, and for UT Permian Basin, they've got to try to figure something out here offensively. They'll start with number 28, Angelina Arriaga, the freshman from Abilene, up to bat. Again, the wind's picking up, expected to blow close to 40 miles an hour today. First pitch from Lair, maybe just a little high, so ball 1. And Michael, no surprise, I mean, we moved the game to 10 o'clock. Still a great crowd on hand this morning.
Lady Buff softball fans.
Saw a lot of these folks yesterday at the Rip Griffin Center, enjoying a couple of wins for West Texas A&M over at Lubbock Christian. There is a strike in on the outside corner from Kyra Lair.
Well, and Lucas, if you're a Lady Buff softball fan, this is a little bit like church, isn't it, on a Sunday morning?
I think so, Michael. That's a great point. That's a great point. 1-1 is the count, and the pitch inside. Batter got out of the way, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. You know, Michael, the changes this season with Major League Baseball, and I believe with college baseball as well, with the pitch count, and those, I don't know if you've seen some of those things. A little interesting.
Yeah, I want to speed up the game a little bit as well, and yeah, we'll see how there's some more changes being proposed.
That's a strike in for Kyra Lair.
Sometimes you can start to tinker with the game a little too much, right? So we'll coaches and players will see the reaction on, you know, as things go through the next couple of years. But
it's some of the highlights that we've seen early, probably more so in the major league games, exhibition games, have been where the game is ending off of a call. This ball is hit up in the air, foul. And for UT Permian Basin, they're glad to see contact being made there against Lair. But you're right. I don't know, baseball, softball, so traditionally just a slower game. Mm-hmm. But you do understand, I guess, the other side of it, especially for MLB when they're looking at TV and those kind of things, and they don't want those games to run 4 hours.
But honestly, what's the difference in 3 hours and 50 minutes and 4 hours? You know, baseball in particular. I'll hold that thought one second.
All right, 2-2 delivery from Lair. She did it again. Lucky number 13, strikeout.
Boom. Or gong. Gong, right? We do the gong.
Goodness. There's the gong.
No, you know, baseball is such a game of strategy, and it is slow, and some of the rule changes have taken some of that out, so I'm not a big fan yet. There's no difference. Again, like if a baseball game is 3 hours and 30 minutes or 3-4, there's no difference. If the game is good, the game is good.
I agree. Another thing that will be interesting, I believe they're experimenting with this at the minor league level, is the umpiring. They're going to have a robot, a computer system that's going to call balls and strikes at the minor league level. There's a strike as the batter misses on that pitch there, Aubrey Beggs. And I believe if I heard this right, I was listening to Lance Launert's show the other day, and he had a guest on, and they were talking about they're going to implement it where it's a weekend schedule where there won't be umpires, but during the week there will be back and forth. I don't know how that's going to work either. There's a pitch from Lair, missing low.
Yeah, with that stuff, I read about that, I hear about it, and like you bring
sounds like science fiction, Michael.
Right, and I just go straight to like, so is Tommy Lasorda going to kick dirt on a computer? What's he going to do?
That's pretty good. 1-2 delivery from Lair. Fastball outside. Yeah, I don't know. Michael, I'm only 41 years old, but things are changing so much that I'm starting to feel like the old man.
Yeah, I get it. But I guess they've got the eye in tennis that's been fairly effective. But the strike zone changes with every stance, right?
It does. That pitch is fouled back. And besides that, who would you have? I mean, you wouldn't. The fans wouldn't be able to say, "Come on, Blue."
Right.
Kyra Lair, unbelievable today. 13 strikeouts. She's faced 16 batters, has only thrown 71 pitches here in 5 innings of work, and give her another. This is just one, Michael, where it's becoming a mental game right now for UT Permian Basin. So many batters have struck out that the next girl coming up is thinking, I don't want to do this again. It's tough.
Yep. Start to get a little momentum going.
This is also a type of game Michael Mook obviously would love to see 8 to 16 runs every game, but that's not realistic. And so you have a game like this where you say, hey, can my pitching and my defense hold true? And they have today.
So far they have. And you're right, it's a good sign. I think defensively so far we are definitely better than we were last year. Now that's a lot of that goes to the pitching that we've seen so far this year.
Well, that's what every player before the season started said. They said that's the one area we had to work on the most to improve was our defense. So it'll be for the Falcons, number 20, Ariel Aguiar, senior from Fontana, California, into the box here for the Falcons. 0-1 count already. 2 outs, nobody on for UT Permian Basin here in the top of the 6th inning. And this is a pinch hitter for UT Permian Basin. Aguiar fouls it off, behind in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. And now Lair can do a lot of different things here. We've seen the rise ball, we've seen off-speed movement. It's been a guessing game for the hitters for UTPB today. Infield plays back on Aguiar. And there was an off-speed pitch. Give her strikeout number 15. We weren't joking about those 20 T-shirts in the box today for Kyra Lair. But look at this last one. Look at the movement on this pitch. Back inside for another strikeout. We'll take the timeout, come back. The Lady Buffs, time to bat here at the bottom of the 6th inning here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Jenkins Doors and Windows began serving the Texas Panhandle in 1927, and we take pride in being a part of your neighborhood. We don't use false promises or gimmicks. We simply offer quality doors and windows at a fair price, and we stand behind every sale. Jenkins is family owned and operated, and proudly continues the traditions of quality and excellence that started over 80 years ago. Call us at 372-4336 or stop by our showroom at 820 West 6th and let our knowledgeable staff help you pick out the perfect doors and windows for your home.
Lady Buff softball here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. WT trying to stay perfect on the season, a 14-0 record today, and UT Permian Basin defensively doing a pretty good job with the Lady Buffs. They've only allowed the 2-run home run from Salzman back in the bottom of the 3rd inning. But it's been a tremendous pitching performance from Kyra Lair. And defense for the Lady Buffs. This pitch from Madison Johnson hit hard, and it's gone. Bye-bye, ball. Leadoff home run from Madison Johnson. And some of these pitches, Michael, get hit out of the park quickly.
They do, especially with that wind blowing the way. You can see it's picking up even more now. That one got out quick.
Wasting no time, Madison Johnson with her 2nd home run of the season. And so for Trahan, again, she's had a very good game in the circle. It's just been 2 pitches that have, for the Lady Buffs, been home runs. One of those players is back up to bat now, Ruby Salzman, who, Michael, is one of those players that kind of, when she finishes her career, as this pitch is thrown from Trahan and hit out to right field, drifting foul. You get the sense that Salzman has been one of these players that Lady Buff fans have just loved from day one.
No question. I mean, she's been I guess she was an iconic Lady Buff. Like,
yes,
10 years from now, people are still going to be talking about Ruby. Same way they talk about Rita, Lacey Taylor.
Yep.
We can go down a long list. Kim LeCompte. She's in that category.
And it's a combination, obviously, of her play, but I think also her personality and just the great student athlete that she is. That pitch is low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Got to talk with her mom before the game. Her dad makes the trip up a lot from California.
Yep. And she's, to your point, just an incredible human being.
Had an opportunity this summer to play for the Israel softball team. This pitch is low, ball 2, and what an experience that was for Ruby.
Yeah, no question. Ruby is, you see Ruby on campus going to class, doing her thing, and I mean, everybody stops to talk to Ruby. She's happy all the time.
She's an ambassador.
She is an ambassador. That's a great word. Lucas, that's a great word for Ruby. She certainly is.
2 balls, 1 strike. Trahan gets this pitch. Ruby hits it high in the air, drifting back. Forget about it. 2 home runs today for Ruby Salzman, the ambassador.
And by the way, she can also play a little softball.
That'll be number 54 in her career. And you said the wind's picking up, and it's in favor right now of the home team Lady Buffs. Gets up into the atmosphere and drifts out of the park. It is 4-0, and we'll see if there'll be a pitching change. Sam Mendez comes out to talk to her team in the circle. It's 4-0. Lady Buffs leading, scoring 2 runs, both off solo blasts in this bottom of the 6th inning, and it looks like Trahan is going to step out. They'll make a pitching change. We'll take a timeout. Come back with more Lady Buff softball here from Schaefer Park after these messages.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
Pitching change here for UT Permian Basin as we are in the bottom of the 6th inning. Lady Buffs, what a start here in the inning. Madison Johnson hits a blast out to center field. 1 batter later, Ruby Salzman decides why not hit a 2nd home run today, and she takes 1 out of the park as well. So it's now 4-0. We look at the replay of the last home run, and it's just so difficult. Pitch got up in the zone, and one of the things that Ruby does such a good job with is her timing with the bat. A lot of bat speed there from the senior out of Northridge, California, which, as Ruby's mom told me, Michael, is getting a lot of rain and snow, actually. We are not getting that rain.
We are not. That sounds very nice, doesn't it?
It does. New pitcher for UTPB. He's going to be number 23, Abby Cousins, a senior from Needville, Texas, transfer from Texas A&M Commerce. And she'll face Emily Boyer, 6'1" freshman out of Harrisburg, South Dakota. Last season, a high school player of the year in the state of South Dakota. She'll watch the pitch up and inside. I come out to the practices before the season starts, Michael, and see Emily Boyer. And I asked one of the players, so is that a grad transfer? I said, no, that's our freshman pitcher.
Right.
Boyer will step out, take a break here and readjust.
I said the first thing when I saw the team, who's that? But again, here, like, you know, it's, so we were talking earlier, you know, the caliber of freshmen.
Boyer will miss on that pitch. Count runs to 2-1. A great start to the season for Boyer, both in the circle as a pitcher and also as a hitter. 356 average and already 16 hits and 5 home runs. And Boyer gets this ball up in the air. It's going to hang up short, though, and the left fielder Marquez will make the catch for out number 1.
She's also another one that, you know, our fans, the, you know, Lady Buff Nation, they've just embraced her. She's become quickly a fan favorite as well. I mean, all of these players are fan favorites for you know, but our fan base is pretty excited about Emily.
As they should be. One away. And next up to bat here for the Lady Buffs, Diana Murtha. Murtha, a ground out back in the 4th inning. Flied out in the 2nd. So looking for her first hit today. And on the season, Diana hitting .341 for the Lady Buffs. Watches that pitch closely, and it did not catch the corner. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Nobody on right now for the Lady Buffs. Mentioned it, West Texas A&M takes the show on the road next week. They travel to Tyler, Texas, take on the number 2 ranked team in the country, UT Tyler. What a series that should be. This ball hit hard, hit high, and it's out of here. Home run for Diana Murtha.
For a split second, Lucas, I thought that was going to hit the Buffalo out there. And
get the scholarship,
get
right?
The scholarship.
Diana Murtha just takes that one for a ride, and for Murtha, home run number 3 of the season. Three solo shots in this inning. And Michael, we were talking basketball earlier. Talk about things being contagious, the three-pointer, right? The shot goes in, and the next player says, I want the ball, it's going to go in. It's the same thing here with the home runs.
Good point, exactly.
But that momentum, it is real, and it's all about confidence. Gabby Valforte will be the next batter. If you're UT Permian Basin, right now they need to get balls hit on the turf because the wind is picking up. And
yeah, you can see all those. We've been able to get the ball up in the air, and it's certainly carried. I just pulled our weather. We're
already at 30.
About 26, 28 miles an hour right now.
Strike in from Abby Cousins against Gabby Valforte. Abby versus Gabby here with 1 ball, 2 strikes. And 1 away. I was going to say, just 1 strike. They changed that on the board. No balls, 1 strike. And Valforte holds that bat, watches the pitch outside. Now 1 ball, 1 strike. It was 2-0 coming into this bottom of the 6th inning. Madison Johnson led things off with a home run. Ruby Salzman, the next batter, took one out. And then Diana Murtha got in on the fun with a solo shot as well out to right center field. Cousins gets the batter to foul it off. Michael, while we get a little bit of a break here, update on the construction going on across with the...
Yeah, excited about with the expansion of the Bain Center.
The Bain Center,
yeah, we broke ground. Everything's on schedule. They've dug down.
Okay.
And so getting everything ready below ground, and then fairly soon things will start to go up. But we look to move into that facility, and that'll be the football coaches
Coaching
and
offices,
track and field locker rooms. We'll move into that facility in May of 24.
Okay. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch is thrown past Valforte. A big strikeout there for Cousins as the Falcons needed that one to get the second out now in the inning. Michael Mook will come up and make an adjustment here as we'll have a pinch hitter. It'll be Maddie Geidel, 5'6" junior from Kewaskum, Wisconsin.
But Lucas, also in that Bain Center, we'll have a permanent installation for our Hall of Champions, so and national champion trophies and things like that. It'll be a great spot where people can see, dial in a little bit to the history and great student athletes we've had here. And as we do that, we're going to, right now the Hall of Champions is in the lobby of the First United Bank Center, and we're going to redo that lobby as well as the Buffalo Club Room and basketball. So as part of that Bain project, some other areas are going to get upgrades as well.
Very nice. We're looking forward to that. Here's Geidel, the new batter for the Lady Buffs. Watches that first pitch high and outside for ball 1. Geidel pinch hitting here, 400 hitter on the season, making her 6th plate appearance. A couple of hits. One of those a triple, and she also has 3 RBI. Cousins trying to catch the inside corner, missed it. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs here in what has been a nice, healthy bottom of the 6th inning for the Lady Buffs. 3 runs. And they lead 5-0. UTPB needing to get out of this inning and give themselves a chance in the top of the 7th inning. Pitch fouled away. Michael, you mentioned the men's basketball team earlier with winning the regular season championship. Region-wise, if the Buffs were able to go down and win a conference tournament, would there be any chance that they could position themselves back into hosting a region?
Yeah, no question.
Okay. We'll let this pitch come here from Abby Cousins. 2-1 delivery. It's hit high. And fortunately for the Falcon fans, it drifts foul.
She got that one. Yeah, no, there's no question in region. We're certainly in the hunt as one of the schools that could host.
Okay. Black Hill State.
Black Hill State. I think anyone in the top 6, potentially 5 or 6 has a chance to host. Probably 5. We're 5th, but we'll let this pitch go, and I'll kind of walk through that.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Lady Buffs leading 5-0. The pitch from Cousins, and it's slapped foul.
So you've got Fort Lewis, Black Hills, Colorado Mesa, Angelo State, West Texas, really with the chance to possibly host.
Similar records between all
Similar
those
records. Fort Lewis lost last night to Colorado Mines. I think our 2 wins over Lubbock Christian this week are big. So we'll see. The conference tournament is big. The simple answer to your question is we certainly do have a chance to host. So do a couple of other schools in the region. It kind of depends on what happens here this week, but we're in the hunt for it for sure. We only have 2 regional losses. The other 4 losses that we have are top teams around the country. But if you look at us in region, I believe our record in region now is 21-2. So that's the fewest losses I think of any team in the region.
Full count now to Maddie Geidel. Cousins throws it in there. It's hit high and foul. Trying to make a play on it, and the wind kind of takes that away. Tough play for the catcher to make. Good effort, but the count will stay 3-2 to Maddie Geidel.
Our other 4 losses, Nova Southeastern, number 1 in the country, Northwest Missouri, number 2 in the country, Dominican in New York is one of the top teams in the East. I'm slipping on the fourth. Maybe Florida Southern, a top team in the South.
Yeah.
So all really, really good teams that we've lost to. So our strength of schedule is really solid.
This pitch hit fair out into shallow right field, giving chase, and coming up to make the catch for the third out is Aubrey Beggs. So UT Permian Basin will have a at-bat here in the top of the seventh, trailing 5-0 to West Texas A&M. We're back with more softball right after these messages.
One West is the comprehensive fundraising campaign designed to fuel WT 125 from the Panhandle to the world. We will strengthen WT's impact for the Panhandle region and beyond through a historic, comprehensive campaign, raising $125 million by 2025. The campaign's 3 priorities: people, programs, and places. Now is the time to make a difference for current and future generations. One West.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Welcome back to Schaefer Park. Lucas Kinsey with you, Athletic Director Michael McBroom. Nice to come over and join me today here on a breezy, understatement for later today, Michael, but in the Texas Panhandle right now it's breezy. Morning.
It's a breezy morning for us. Other places, the winds are blowing out but this is kind of normal for us. I do appreciate the opportunity to come and do this with you today.
Yeah.
I think this may be a first around a softball game for me, so it's been enjoyable. I appreciate it.
Top of the 7th inning, and Kyra Lair in the circle through 6 innings pitched has 15 strikeouts in facing 18 batters, a pitch count of just 80. And that one's in for a strike. And when I got here this morning and players came out to warm up, saw number 6 going into the circle, and smile on my face because I was excited to get to watch Kyra pitch. She pitched last week in the Lady Buffs, one of the wins at Angelo State. Did good work there. 0-1 delivery. In for strike 2 to the batter, number 19, Araceli Ariza, senior from El Paso. And again, UTPB still in this game, but they have got to get the bats going here in this top of the 7th inning. Lair's pitch spinning into the zone. Initially, that looked like it was going to hit the batter. Instead, it drops right in for strikeout. Number 16.
That's nasty. I tell you, watching Kyra, who's been with us now for a while, but seeing her today, she looks like the seasoned veteran.
Absolutely. And the pitch here in for a strike. This is an incredible, one of these performances where, and hopefully I'll get a chance to talk to Kyra after the game if the Lady Buffs hold on here and can win this. But this seems like a performance, Michael, where the athlete says, I'm locked in the entire time in the zone.
Yeah, great point.
Next batter is going to be Sanford, Carrie Sanford, freshman out of Georgetown. And she'll watch this one outside. Actually, it's a pinch hitter, number 9, Kelsey Vallow, who also is a freshman. She's from Weatherford. She's going to pinch hit here for the Falcons. And did the batter go around? Yes, she did. Strike 2. Again, a career high reached today for Lair with strikeouts. Her previous high was 11. She surpassed that and then some with 16 today. On the season now, came in with 33 strikeouts. 2-2 count, one away, and that one's up. Count runs full. Kelsey Vallow would love to reach base here. And it's a strikeout. She thought it was a ball 4. Umpire says that was a strike on the corner. There are now 2 away.
Oh, I got it. Oh, that frame job.
Nice job behind the plate there for the Lady Buffs with Cheyenne Sanchez framing that pitch right where she wanted it to be framed, and it is now. Julia Bumford up for the Falcons. Perfect pitch in for strike 1. Counts even 1-1. WT trying to improve to 15-0 on the season before they head to the road next week and face off with number 2 ranked UT Tyler. Off-speed pitch in for strike 2.
If you see the team pressure, you better bring it, okay?
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And Lair did it. A perfect game thrown by Kyra Lair with 18 strikeouts in the circle. You know, Michael, I was talking about these strikeouts, but you notice I did not mention it was a perfect game. I did not mention it was a no-hitter, but that's what we just saw.
And to that point, I also was not getting up out of this chair, or if you said, hey, thanks for your time, I was going to say, no, I've got plenty of time to stay here. How awesome was that?
It was incredible.
Way to go, Kyra.
Congratulations to Kyra Lair throwing a perfect game. Not one base runner got on today for UT Permian Basin. It was a great offensive performance as well for the Lady Buffs with 4 solo home runs for WT. 2 runs scored in the 3rd inning, 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th, and it's a 5-0 win for West Texas A&M. The Lady Buffs are 15-0. A great weekend here for WT as they complete the sweep over the Falcons and again hit the road next weekend to face off with number 2 ranked UT Tyler. And Michael, who knows, the Lady Buffs may creep up into those rankings.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. That was special to watch. Great job behind the plate also.
It was. Great defense for the Lady Buffs. Thanks for joining me today, Michael.
Thanks for the invitation. Okay. Enjoyed it. You guys have a great day.
All right, we'll take a timeout, and we'll come back with the post-game show from Schaefer Park. Lady Buffs victorious today, 5-0 over UTPB. We're back after these messages.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Welcome to Medi Drive Pharmacy. We greet you by name, and our pharmacists take the time to console you and answer all your questions. Our Health Mart Pharmacy specializes in serving our community with fast, friendly professional service and the highest quality of medicine and health products. We accept most insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we offer free in-town delivery to your home or business. Come visit us for all your health care needs.
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
Beef in the heart of Texas. The prairie wide.
Bud Light, proudly brewed
In the heart of Texas.
Since 1910, WT and the Department of Agricultural Sciences has provided high-quality education to the students of the Panhandle and beyond.
At WT, professors know me and are committed to my success.
If you want to get an ag industry job, WT is where you need to be.
I don't want just a job and a paycheck after graduation. I want a career where I can make a difference.
WT invested in my career. I intend to pay it forward.
Welcome back to Schaefer Park. Lady Buffs victorious again. They stay undefeated on the season, and a big reason right now is this young lady visiting with me, Kyra Lair. Kyra today breaks the all-time record for strikeouts in a game for West Texas A&M program history. 18 strikeouts. By the way, you also had a perfect game that you threw today. I know so much going good for you today, Kyra. Talk about being in the zone and just this performance today. It was so fun to watch.
Well, honestly, it's my catcher Shy. Like, she's been catching for me since she got here. She really instills that confidence in me, and she's so smart calling pitches, and she knows all my strengths, and she's beautiful at framing. So she helps me out a lot, and she's just great. Yeah.
You looked like you were in the zone. I mean, watching you throw, you had the fastball working, you had the off-speed stuff working as well. As you go along through a game like this, though, and you know the strikeouts are continuing to come, you know that they haven't had a base runner reach. Mentally, what are you thinking about in between innings?
Honestly, I don't think about anything. I try not to put too much pressure. I mean, obviously, it's kind of hard as a pitcher to not know how you're performing, but I just try to kind of put the pressure behind it and have fun.
You had a lot of fun. Talk about your team getting the runs going, getting the offense going. Had that one inning where we had 3 home runs in one inning, but they gave you that support that you needed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Like, I know for a fact, like, if we're struggling a little bit at the plate, eventually they're going to figure it out. They have the utmost confidence in me, and it's very much reciprocated. I think that our lineup is absolutely phenomenal. They work I'm sure 5 times as hard as any other lineup in the country. So I know that they'll get it going eventually.
Kyra throws a perfect game today, breaks the record, all-time record for the Lady Buffs, throwing 18 strikeouts in a game. Last question for you, Kyra, is the team is off to an unbelievable start, 15-0. You're going to take the show on the road next week against number 2 ranked team, UT Tyler. But this is such a great start. This team is playing with a lot of confidence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Coach Mook kind of always tells us, try to stay normal, try to just do what you do. We practice a ton. Every single person on our team is dedicated, and we love each other, and we just have to remind each other sometimes, this is all about having fun, so you just got to roll with it.
It's a lot of fun to watch you pitch today. Congratulations on the performance.
Thank you.
We'll bring in head coach Michael Mook next, and we'll chat with him as Lady Buffs win today 5-0. Great job by Kyra, and great job by the offense as well, as, again, they got the long ball going. Michael, congratulations on another big win for the Lady Buffs. I didn't tell Kyra this, but I did want to mention that up in the booth, Michael McBroom joined me today. And when Michael came in, he sat down, and at the end of the game, I said to Michael, you notice neither of us said anything about this perfect game, about the no-hitter. Yes, we were talking about the strikeouts, which just kept adding up as the game went on. But what a performance from Kyra. Sets the all-time record today with 18 strikeouts.
That's amazing. What a performance. Yeah, she's a kid who battled through last year to get back to healthy, and man, it's just so much fun to see a kid like that succeed at the level that she did. And I think she's pitching as good as she's ever pitched, maybe even better than I've ever seen her pitch. So phenomenal.
Is anything being said in terms of coaches or even players in the dugout in between innings when a pitcher is in the zone like she was today?
Yeah, everybody knew what was going on. Nobody's going to say anything because we're all superstitious. But the team was just so excited for her. She just kept racking up the Ks.
Eventually, so the game was slow at the beginning in terms of offense, right? UTPB was having a pretty good pitching performance, and then you get those 2 home runs, kind of gets things going. Ruby Salzman gets the 2-run shot, I should say, in the third. But then in that next inning where the Lady Buffs got the runs going, Michael, 3 runs, all from 3 solo blasts. Talk about the offense as well, providing support.
Yeah, as a pitcher, it's always nice to have a few extra runs as the game goes on. But I thought our team did a good job of making some adjustments later on in the game and just hitting the ball hard. On a day like today, if you can get a hold of it, the ball's going to go. But I thought their pitcher threw really well against us. That's the second time we saw her, and I thought she made some good adjustments and threw tough to us.
It's early in the season, but it's hard not to just smile from ear to ear with this team's start. You're 15-0, and you're going to take on UT Tyler, big road test next week. But what do you think about your team going on the road next week?
Yeah, it's going to be a good challenge for us. It'll be a real good measuring stick to see exactly where we're at. They're one of the top teams in our conference, so it'll be a battle. I'm looking forward to it.
Michael, congratulations. You get the sweep this weekend, and you stay undefeated on the season.
Yes, thanks for coming.
All right. We'll take a final timeout, come back, and we'll have our final statistics for you. The Lady Buffs win at 5-0 today, defeating UT Permian Basin.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Delicious, delicious, refreshing. Pepsi.
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are 1 part passion, 1 part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
Choosing the right countertops for your kitchen can be tricky. Nowadays, there are hundreds of colors, patterns, and textures and materials that range from natural to engineered stone. Marble Depot is here for you throughout every step of the process. And yes, we do have a lot of options that might make that decision a little harder, but we're also going to ask the right questions so that you get the most out of your investment. So come by our showroom and let us help create what you've been dreaming of.
Welcome back to Schaefer Park. You hear the winds. They are starting to howl here. But all fun for West Texas A&M today. The Lady Buffs stay undefeated on the season, picking up their 15th win this year. And it was behind, when I say tremendous, with a capital T, tremendous pitching performance, one that Lady Buff fans are going to remember for a long time, as Kyra Lair gets in the circle and sits down 18 batters, setting a new program record, all-time record for strikeouts in a game. Now belongs to the senior from Canyon, Kyra Lair. The previous record was in 2011, Shelby Cockrell with 16 strikeouts at St. Mary's for West Texas A&M. So congratulations to Kyra. Also, and you heard Kyra talking about it there on my post-game interview, giving a lot of credit to her catcher, to Cheyenne Sanchez, and the job that the catcher did behind the plate, framing pitches and doing a good job as well. And so that was really neat to see that and to hear Kyra talk about that as we look at a replay here of one of her many strikeouts on the day for West Texas A&M. They also got some outstanding offense to go along with the defensive performance today. We look at the stats for you, and Lady Buffs scored 2 runs in the bottom of the third. That was off of Ruby Salzman's 2-run home run blast that brought Brittany Rufus around to score along with Salzman. And then you move to the 6th inning, and they got 3 more runs. Madison Johnson hit a solo home run. Ruby Salzman followed that up with her 2nd home run of the day. And then Diana Murtha got in on the mix, hitting a solo home run as well. So the home run ball, big difference for the Lady Buffs today. Offensively, they get 5 runs off of 5 hits. Did leave 1 runner on base, WT did. For UT Permian Basin, no runs, no hits, no errors. A perfect game thrown by Kyra Lair. Great defense by the Lady Buffs. Not a single runner reached base today for UT Permian Basin. For the Lady Buffs, Madison Johnson finishes the day 1 for 3 with an RBI. Salzman 2 for 3, 3 RBI, 2 home run blasts for Ruby. She continues to add on to her total 54 home runs in her career. Emily Boyer was 0 for 3 today with 1 strikeout. Diana Murtha 1 for 3 with an RBI, that one being the home run that she hit there in the 5th inning. Gabby Falforte 0 for 2. Macon Gerke was 0 for 1 today. 1 for 2 at the plate for Julie Guzman, who hit a single for the Lady Buffs. Maddie Geidel 0 for 1. Gabby McConnell 0 for 2. Cheyenne Sanchez and Lauren Granger each 0 for 1. Rufus was 0 for 1 but reached on a walk and then scored off of Ruby Salzman's 2-run blast. Again, the pitching performance from Lair, 7 innings of work, 18 strikeouts, facing 21 batters, and a pitch count that was only, let's see where that is, 93 pitches for Kyra Lair. Picks up another win for West Texas A&M, a great performance for Kyra. Great performance for the Lady Buffs, and we mentioned it during the broadcast, but next week, Friday, it'll be a doubleheader for the Lady Buffs. They travel to Tyler, Texas at Sudden Link Field, a 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock start for the doubleheader there against the number 2 ranked Patriots, and they'll follow it up on Saturday, 1 o'clock at UT Tyler to finish that series. Good luck to the Lady Buffs. And again, I have a feeling that as these new rankings get released this week, Lady Buffs may be up in that top 25 as they should be, starting the season off 15-0. We appreciate Michael McBroom coming up and chatting with me. Michael got to be on the air, our athletic director here at WT, and be a part of what was a tremendous performance for WT. I want to thank our camera operator today, Javier Rivera Cordero. Great job on the camera. And also my director today, Peyton Stokes. Fantastic job. The Thunder Vision production team bringing you the broadcast. Thanks so much to our fans for watching in on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. I'm Lucas Kinsey saying have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you next time.